Just got back to the house, and here we are. So, what is going on, YouTubers? So, funny story. I did something stupid. So, I was on Copart the other day, and I was gonna place some bids on a couple salvaged motorcycles. Went to the live auctions. I went to go see what they had, and there was a few R6s, a few ZX6Rs. They were not bad condition. A lot of them were laid down, needed like new handlebars, new fairings, your basic stuff, but they were all salvaged out by the insurance company. So I was gonna go bid on a few of them and see if I won them. Unfortunately, I was outbid on all the motorcycles I went to go bid on, which was a total of 4. I was really just trying to get, you know, a newer sports bike, an R model, 600cc. You know, the more popular ones. But unfortunately, I didn't get what I wanted. So I went to go see what else was around in future auctions, and I found a 2013 Hyosung GT250r. If you don't know what that is, I'll tell you real quick. It is the most piece of crap motorcycle that anyone could purchase. But I'll tell you why I have interest in it. It was my very first motorcycle. I had a 2009 model. It was a piece of crap. Everything on there was low end. Even the chain, the tires, the rims, the brakes. My brakes caught on fire because the master cylinder locked up my brakes and almost totaled. But luckily I was able to save myself, and I burned my fingers on my brakes that were on fire. So, long story short, the motorcycle's crap, but there's something about your first vehicle that just catches your eye, catches your attention. So, the bid was $275. It was going up in increments of $25, so I placed a bid of $300. And the live auction, that was a pre-bid. So the live auction was the next day, and I was at work and I was unable to participate in the live auction. So I don't know what happened, but I got an email at the end of the auction saying, congratulations, you won, but your bid did not meet the reserve. So they said, do you want to increase your bid to meet the reserve? And the seller provided the reserve, and I said no, because technically I didn't really want the bike. I didn't think I would get it for $300. But I went ahead and said, no, I don't want to reserve my bid, but I want to submit it. I'm still interested in it. And lo and behold, about, I don't know, probably 5 hours later, I got a message saying that that amount was approved. So I got a 2013 barely damaged Hyosung GT250r. I haven't seen it in person. This was a very spontaneous thing. So after all the fees and stuff, I paid just a little bit over $500. We're gonna go grab the brother-in-law's car right now. We're gonna go hop in and drive. It's about 30 miles away, South Atlanta. So let's go see what we bought. All right, guys. So we just got to my brother-in-law's house. As you can see in the background, I'm switching my Hyundai Elantra for the Toyota truck here. So we're gonna head down right now and go see what we bought. So if you're from Georgia, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's Atlanta traffic. I tried to leave. It's like it's 12:52 right now. I tried to leave a little after lunchtime to kind of avoid the lunch traffic, but at the same time, people in Atlanta don't know how to drive. So they start running into each other and acting like idiots. So right now I'm driving 30 miles an hour on 75 South. So I'll see you guys in about an hour when I get there. All right, guys. Got my title right here and bill of sale. And we're gonna go drive around the back and go pick up the motorcycle. All right. So pulling around the back. There's all those crashed motorcycles right there. This is that ZX6R I was bidding on. Got a dent right there. Got a Ninja ZX6R. Think so. Vulcan S. Alright guys, picked it up. Got it strapped down in the back. So really not too much damage, just got some scratches right here, some scratches up on the top, handlebar. It's got the key, 2 keys, and it is leaking a little oil. I gotta really go in there and diagnose it to see where it's leaking, but we'll see. You can see that there's no oil in the engine right now, so we'll put some oil in it and see where it's leaking. Alright, so guys, we got it unloaded finally. Just got back to the house, and here we are. So, overall look, still the ugliest front end out there. But this is the side it was laid down on. You know, there's some road rash, and I will say that my first one looked worse than this. Got some scuffs right there on the handle, on the acceleration, but seems to function okay. Got some more down here on this fairing. Now, I will say, what really concerns me is the oil leak, and I can already see. Nope, that's wiring. Looks like we're gonna have to take this apart and see where the oil leak is coming from. All right, so I got the fairings off, and there's nothing that looks too bad on this side. I've kind of looked over everything. Nothing's covered in oil, but if I go to this side, I don't know if you can tell. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is, got this, it's just a standard degreaser, and I'm gonna spray it all over and get all the old oil and gook and all that crap off, and then I'm gonna clean it off, wipe off everything, and then I'm just gonna put oil in it. I'm not gonna start the engine or anything, and just see if it was leaking out anywhere, so I can just find the source of this leak. Alright, so what I noticed, first thing, I noticed when I was picking it up that the chain was kind of loose. And I looked at the axle right here, and it looks to be kind of far up, but with it being kind of in the center, or not in the center, but not all the way back, I don't expect the chain to be that loose. So I noticed some of the oil was coming from kind of the case right here, kind of where your crankshaft is. So I'm wondering if something bad happened with the sprocket in here, the crankshaft. We're gonna take this cover off and see if there's something damaged inside of there. Maybe a seal broke and that's where the oil's coming out. Alright, so I think I found it, the issue. So I put just a quart of oil in here, and having cleaned off, God, this lens sucks. I can see that it's leaking from this screw, and my guess, I haven't taken it off yet to confirm, but my guess is that the gasket right here is bad. This is where the oil sits, and then right here is where your chain is, and so check this out. So I figured out why the chain was loose. I was scared that it was something internal, but I noticed that that's missing right there. This is the nut for the axle. I mean, like literally the pin that goes in here and holds the wheel on, that nut is missing right there. So technically that wheel could come off if this bolt comes all the way through. No, you can't have my keys. So yeah, I realized that this bolt was missing. If I crank this back all the way, you see how that chain tightens? So all I need to do is get a new bolt there, and I'm gonna take this casing off right here, and I'm gonna see where that leak is coming from. My guess is that it's just a bad gasket seal that's right there. there, that's a cracked block. So all of this is supposed to be solid like this. So this part is supposed to come down and connect to here. Right here. That's supposed to come down and connect to here. That entire block broke out and blew out that gasket. Damaged all of that. So that's probably what caused the crash. Probably locked up the engine's definitely not locked up because it turns over and starts. But just leaks oil like a sieve. Once the oil line, so the oil comes all the way up and fills all this. Once it gets up to this level, then it just starts leaking out and coming through the crack. So no bueno. Gotta figure out how to fix it. Alright guys, so I think I know what happened to this. So you have your chain right here, and this train spins and spins and spins, and this guard right here that guards the actual internals of the engine, if anything were to get caught in this chain, like let's say something hopped up in the road and it got stuck in the chain, maybe a plastic bag or an animal, maybe could be an animal, there's some hair in the chain, they would get spun and spun, and you know, it would just be hitting this casing right here to where it would just get damaged or broken. So that's my guess, is where something got stuck up in the chain, and the chain just threw whatever it was up and broke this casing. Took a big look into all of this, and everything seems to be okay. I really don't want to have to pull this motor and change out the lower block, so we'll see what we can do. And also there's this part right here, which it's just structural, doesn't actually hold any oil or anything like that, but this is cracked too. So my guess is that it just hit that. So that's my guess. Here's a better look with the housing back on. You can see right here, that's supposed to be closed off, so you can't see it. So this is a sprocket casing. There's normally a casing right here, but if you take that off, I put that housing back on, there's a giant hole there. So once again, thanks guys for watching. Catch me in part 2, and we're gonna see if we can get this thing fixed.